Creating a project and configuring it in AI Hub is an easy process. We can easily come to my workspace. Under Projects, I'm going to go to Create. Now, I can import an existing schema if this is based off of another project, or I can easily start with a blank project. Here we now have our project workspace, and I can just drag and drop the samples that I have already gathered for my project. If there's an issue, it will flag it immediately and tell you why. Here we are. We've added my files. So now that I have all of my files, I can click through each of them and see them as they've been captured. I can also adjust the name if I need to for any of them. So now that my documents are uploaded, I'm going to come on over here to the right-hand side. We're under Class and Schema. And what this is going to do is this is going to help to auto-classify our documents and start to go ahead and auto-generate the schema related to it based on the documents automatically. So I'm going to hit Auto-Generate. And we're going to give that a moment to run so it can assess the documents as well as the fields that are on each document. Okay, so here we go. We've classified our first class as Utility Bill, and it has classified my remaining documents as Other. I know I have 3 classes in here, so we'll take a look in one moment on how to add those additional classes. But first, let's look at the utility bill. You can see it's already assessed the fields that are present on the document, and gone ahead and extracted those fields as well as those values. It's also flagged ones that are blank. And you can see those are blocked out on this particular sample. If they weren't blocked out, I could easily click Edit and enter in any details that I need to. In fact, while I'm here, I can also add cleaning rules. For instance, if I want my date to appear in a different format, I can add a cleaning rule that will go ahead and put it into a standardized format that I prefer within my systems. I can also add validation rules right here to each field to go ahead and make sure that it's definitely pulling across the information that I needed to in the format that I needed to. We can also configure thresholds for confidence so that if it doesn't meet those values, it flags it. And I also have the ability to create hidden fields right here as well. Now, what if it didn't collect my fields? I'll show you that in a moment as well. So let's go ahead on over here to Edit Classes, because remember, I know I have other types of documents within here. So if I look at Other, I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these. So you can see here I have a driver's license. I actually have a couple of them. So let me go ahead on over to Edit Classes. And right up here, I have the ability to add a new class. And we are going to add driver's license. Enter. And we're going to go ahead and classify those documents. So here you can see now it's looked at and identified my 4 driver's licenses and appropriately classified them as driver's licenses. When I come on over here to the schema for the driver's license, I can see I can add a description. So from here, I can go back to the schema. And you can see driver's license, but it hasn't pulled in any fields yet. I can add a field, and you can see it's suggesting them, so let's go ahead with the suggested. Excellent. I've just hit Enter there. And we've done a great job pulling in that address, so perfect. We can go back. We can add another field. Again, I can enter in my own field for it to run, or I can just go ahead and continue on with the ones that they have suggested for me. I hit Enter. And again, I've been able to bring that information right on in. So we still have additional classes. I can go up to Edit Classes again. And whereas before we actually went ahead and created our own class, you can also look at pre-built classes, which are based on some very common documents that we typically see clients use. You can see it includes not just what the document is, but it already has a number of fields that it's identified that are common fields. And if I go ahead and click this and add it to the project, it'll go ahead and bring this entire schema in and classify the documents within this group that we already have. So you can see, very, very easy process to be able to bring in your documents, to be able to classify them, and to be able to extract the information that you need.